Lots of red lights. Slow it down. We're not paying attention. And I just knew it was going to happen right there.
Oh, putain de merde.
Yep. Yep. So right here, guys, this is what I want you to see. We're traveling, and then we see these red lights. These red lights indicate that there's something going on, okay? So whoa, somebody playing with the markers here? These red lights are indicating that there is something there, okay? Go into orange stage, be prepped and ready, because, you know, you don't anticipate that you can just keep going when you see all lanes are blocked with a bunch of bright red brake lights. We're getting closer. If you notice, this car kind of blends in with the rest of the cars, and that happens with the light refracting on the GoPro. But remember, your shield is also doing that too. So it really blurry. Look how blurry it is. Okay, so be very careful with that when you're out in the rain. So for those of you that are taking your classes pretty soon out in the rain, just remember when your shield's down, it's gonna be hard to see. So be very careful. Exactly, Steve. Why did he drop his bike? We're gonna be moving forward right here. How did that bike just immediately just dump down? Okay, one of those things is going to lead into the other. We see a bunch of brake lights. We're not slowing down. And then all of a sudden, we're going to get closer and closer. And this is probably when he perceived and he reacted to his braking. Problem is that if you're zoned out, white stage, not paying attention, it does not matter how good you are at braking. If you panic, it's going to override a lot of your skill. It's going to override a lot of your good habits. And when you smash that front brake in a panic brake, this is what happens. That front tire, when you smash that front brake, it stops that front tire because there's not enough mechanical traction. In order to get that mechanical traction, you have to get weight on that front tire. In order to get weight on that front tire, you're going to have to slowly press that front brake. So then the weight transfers to that front tire. And when that weight transfers to that front tire, it's going to start to sink in. Now you can give it more brakes, and it's going to really lock into that road. And that's that mechanical traction. That's why they tell you to make sure your tires are warmed up. That's why they tell you not to go crazy when you first get new tires, because it needs to be scrubbed in, warmed up. Have that natural scrub when it comes to the tire itself. Don't use a sander. Please don't do that. But that's what's happening right here. And there's the dump. Now it's wet, so he's gonna slide. That's why you wear full gear, be a smart rider, acquire and utilize personal protective equipment. All right, here we go. Nighttime riding, same issues. I love that he's using his brights. Go ahead and use your brights. That was quick. So we're gonna have to discuss that really quick. Now, this is the one thing I wanna discuss is that he's using his brights when there's no other vehicles. It's perfectly fine to me. Do what you wanna do. I personally will use brights if I feel like I need that vision. If I don't need the vision because there's not enough street lights, I'll turn my brights off. But here's the thing. He's using his brights so he's able to see more. He has better vision at night because nighttime brings low visibility. And that's what got out. A little coyote. But he was able to see it in time because of the high vision of his bright lights, his high beams, whatever you want to call it. And that's the thing, is he was able to see it and now do progressive braking, which is a fundamental skill. But you need to see. That's one thing that we don't teach a lot. It's one thing that's not hyper focused because it's not quantitative. So right here is why we do after action reviews. I want you to see these things so that it now burns an image in your head. Oh, I remember there was a coyote in that one video, and oh wait, he saw it because of the high beams. I think I'm gonna start using high beams so I have better visibility. That's what I want you guys to start doing. So grab yourself a Rokform case. I have a little pop socket adapter. I absolutely love it. This is a magnet right here. It keeps your phone nice and secure, a lot better than some of the other competitors. So make sure you check them out. Links in the description. Automatic discount when you click that link. All right, moving over here. Whoa! With this one, you have low visibility. You see how you can't see? The line of sight is a big problem. So we're gonna get up to here. Now the person in the Prius didn't see anybody, didn't recognize anybody was coming out. So the passenger's gonna open the door and get out. It's a very big hazard for motorcyclists, but it's not something we anticipate. As soon as we see that, we should straighten it up and be able to brake. We're not going too fast here. We're not going that fast. We can brake, or we can find an escape path, which is what he did. Now, rev bombing isn't going to solve the problem. Rev bombing is just going to let them know that you were there. It's not going to solve the problem that you are there and the door is opening. So they're already going to be scared by some motorcyclists hauling past them They're like, oh crap, the red bomb did nothing for that. It's not going to educate them. It's not going to say anything. It's just going to let you get your release out. My biggest concern is that you're not as safe as you possibly can. So just maximize your safety by not red bombing and then staying looking forward, because we have a ton of problems coming up. Okay, look at all that. We have pedestrians, other traffic we need to be worried about, not so much red bombing and looking that way. So we're riding, we're next to traffic, we're increasing our speed, very high density area, non-issue. It was a merging thing. It's only an issue because we sped up into it. I wouldn't be too concerned. There you go, same thing, he just went by. All right, we're just trying to jockey for position, and so are other cars. And that's one of the big problems with motorcyclists, is that if we jockey with a car, we get hurt. If a car jockeys with a car, they just scratch paint. Here, we can get severely injured and die. Okay, non-issue right here, just move around it. Now, why would this person do this? Okay, so this person's getting into this lane right here, possibly terrible turning radius on the vehicle, probably didn't recognize that they couldn't turn left by getting into the right lane. So last second, they got into the left lane. They didn't see us because they are so focused on what arrow is what. They don't want to get behind a bus. They decide, screw it, I'm going to go in the left lane. As the motorcyclist, when we see this, we should not be hauling ass towards it. We should wait until they make an actual decision, because he's technically with his his right front tire, he's in the right lane. With his left front tire, he's in the left lane. That turning radius, that way the tires are turned, is way more to the left than it is to go straight into right behind the bus. I understand we're picking it apart because in the after action review, we can pause this, but that is the type of stuff I want you to see. I want you to see that kind of stuff. If that tire does not look like it's going into this lane, those are things that you pick up when you're out riding. And when you have that automaticity of, I don't have to focus on my hands, I don't have to focus on my signals, I don't have to focus on my speed, I don't have to focus on my throttle, I don't have to focus on what gear I'm in, I don't have to focus on any part of my body maintaining that motorcycle. All I have to focus on is now the hazards in front of me. And then once you focus on the hazards in front of you and you know how to do the checks, and you know it's a habit to check the mirrors, check your blind spots, habit, automaticity, all these different things, then you could start pointing out little things like this. And this right here becomes the new thing that you're trying to learn. The little itty bitty details that will keep you safe. Trust me, I have like OCD or something, but I know I have anxiety, so I pick out a lot of little itty bitty details, and I'm able to get naturally habit formed on what to see. And it sucks sometimes, but the thing is, it keeps me safe out on the road. It causes problems elsewhere. So right there, definitely doesn't look like that motorcycle or the car driver is going to stay in the right lane. It's going to move over to the left. Good swerve. Don't need to do the rev bomb.
No. You went to the right lane.
I just skipped the music.
To the right lane, and then you shifted to the left.
All right, so we're turning right here. This is the front suspension. You see that we would cross the line, and we have oncoming traffic, and we went off the road. Okay, that's one of the issues when it comes to cornering. Okay, a lot of motorcycle riders have trouble cornering, and it's usually too much speed.